Good morning, my name is Amy Burns, and I work in the Air Force Research Laboratory here at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. I received both a bachelor's and a master's degree from Virginia Tech in aerospace engineering. When I started working here at the Air Force Research Lab, my first assignment was to work in a simulation laboratory. What I did was I took aircraft models and algorithms, integrated them into our simulators, and checked them out prior to flight test. After some time working here at Wright-Pat, I realized my real interest lied in flight testing. So I was assigned to be the flight test lead for our automatic collision avoidance technology program. Over time, my role on that program has increased. Now I am the program manager and the team lead for this area. So you may ask, what is this area? What is automatic collision avoidance technology? It has two main thrusts. The first was to develop a system to protect pilots from controlled flight into terrain. When a perfectly good airplane crashes into the ground because the pilot gets target fixated, task saturated, or experiences G loss of consciousness, they black out in the cockpit and they end up crashing into the ground. The other main focus area was to design a system to protect pilots from mid-air collisions. So you ask, why is this technology so important? Well, if you look at the top reasons for F-16 operations-related losses, controlled flight into terrain and mid-air collisions account for about 73% of those losses. That's why it's really important to develop a solution to those problems. My team developed the automatic ground collision avoidance system. We developed it, we tested it out in simulation, we flight tested it, and we transitioned it to the F-16 program office. The F-16 program office fielded this technology on about 600 F-16s in 2014. To date, it saved 9 pilots' lives and 8 aircraft. In addition to the F-16, we also did a study and proved that this technology could go in the current hardware of the F-35. This technology was fielded on the F-35 just this last year in 2019. In addition to the automatic ground collision avoidance system, my team also developed the automatic air collision avoidance system, a system designed to protect pilots from mid-air collisions. Again, we developed it, we tested it out on 4 F-16s and proved that the system was not only able to prevent mid-air collisions, it was also nuisance-free, meaning it let the pilots do their typical day-to-day mission and it didn't interfere with them. It came on at the very last instant, quickly recovered the aircraft, and then gave control back to the pilot. We believe that by putting both of these technologies, the ground and the air collision avoidance system, on the F-16 and the F-35, that it can save the U.S. $6.7 billion, 40 pilots' lives, and 57 aircraft by 2040. That's why this technology is so important. So you ask, what have I used from what I learned in school in my current job? Well, as I said, when I started working in the simulation laboratory. So I was integrating aircraft models, algorithms into our simulators. In order to do that, I had to use the skills I learned in my aero classes, my flight controls classes, and a lot of the programming skills that I learned in college as well. And shortly after I came to Wright-Pat, I actually went back and went to Sinclair University and took additional programming classes so I could become a better programmer and do my job better in the lab. Another class I'll say that really stands out in my current position was a class that was taught by our university president. It was called Theory of Organization. This was not just taught from a textbook. This was a class taught based on the lessons learned he had as the university president. And I still think about a lot of those lessons he learned today in my current position as program manager and team lead. I'll say in addition to classes, it's also been very helpful for me to get a master's thesis. When I got a master's thesis, I had to set my own objectives, my own goals, my schedule, and my milestones. And then I had to work independently to accomplish those goals, those objectives, that schedule. And in my current position, that is something that is very important that I have to do. I have to set the objectives and schedule. I have to work with my team to make sure that we meet those objectives and schedule. No one gives me an assignment on Monday that is due on Friday. I have to work independently to meet my own milestones. So you ask, what opportunities are there here at Wright-Pat for engineers? There are tons of different opportunities. There's opportunities to do very basic research where you're developing the algorithms, you're developing the aircraft models. As you heard from my career path so far, you can work in simulation laboratories, you can lead flight tests, you can lead very large programs, you can lead huge technology portfolios. There's so many different opportunities. There's technical tracks, there's management tracks, there's senior leader tracks, and there's such an opportunity to work on cutting edge technology. And that's why I believe Wright-Pat is a great place to work. Thank you.